Welcome back to the Central PA Property Talk podcast from 717 Home Buyers. I'm Brian, and I'm here with my co-host, Chris. Today, we're talking about a situation we see all the time across Lancaster, York, Harrisburg, Lebanon, and throughout central Pennsylvania, and even into the greater Philadelphia region. And that is, what do you actually do when you inherit a house?
Yeah, this is a big one, because on the surface, it sounds like a good thing, but in reality, it can feel overwhelming pretty quickly.
Exactly. A lot of people think inheriting a house is simple, like, great, I got a property.
Right.
But what they don't realize is it often comes with responsibilities, decisions, and sometimes stress, especially if the house needs work or you don't live nearby.
So let's start with the core question most people have. If someone inherits a house in Pennsylvania, what are their actual options?
Great question. There are really three main paths. You could keep the house, you can rent it out, or you can sell it. And each one has trade-offs depending on your situation.
Let's break that down a little, because I think a lot of listeners might assume keeping it is the easiest option.
Right, but that depends. Keeping the house means you're now responsible for property taxes, insurance, maintenance, and any repairs.
Mm-hmm.
And we see situations like this quite often with homeowners in Lancaster and Harrisburg, where the property hasn't been updated in 20 or 30 years.
So even though you inherited it, it can still cost you money every month.
Exactly. Let me give you a quick example. Imagine a homeowner named Heather in Lancaster. She inherits her parents' home, but she lives in Philadelphia. The house is paid off, which is great, but it needs a new roof, there are some plumbing issues, and it hasn't been updated in decades.
So now she has to decide, do I invest money into this house or do I move on from it?
That's exactly it. And that leads to option 2, which is renting it out. Some people think, I'll just turn it into a rental and generate income.
That sounds good in theory, but that comes with its own challenges, right?
It does. Now you're a landlord. You're dealing with tenants, maintenance calls, potential vacancies, and if you're not local, like Heather, that becomes even more complicated.
Yeah.
We've seen plenty of homeowners in York and Lebanon try this route and realize pretty quickly it's more work than they expected.
So that brings us to the third option, selling the house.
Right, and even within selling, there are two main paths. You can list with a realtor, or you can sell directly to a cash buyer.
Let's talk about listing first, because in some situations, that does make sense.
Absolutely. If the house is in good condition, updated, and you're not in a rush, listing with a realtor can help you maximize the sale price. But with inherited homes, that's not always the case.
Because a lot of these houses need work.
Exactly. Repairs, clean out, maybe even clearing out years of belongings. And that can cost real money. Let's say Heather needs a $20,000 roof, $10,000 in interior updates, and she's paying $1,500 a month in taxes, insurance, and utilities while the house sits.
So if it takes 3 months to get it ready and sold, that's another $4,500 in holding costs.
Right, so now you're looking at $34,500 before you even factor in realtor commissions or closing costs.
That adds up fast.
It really does, and that's why some homeowners choose to sell as is to a cash buyer.
So how does that option look different?
With a direct sale, there are no repairs required, no clean out needed, and no showings. In many cases, we can close in as little as 2 weeks or on a timeline that works best for the seller.
And I know some people hear cash buyer and immediately think they're giving up a lot of value.
That's a fair concern. Cash offers are typically lower than full retail value. But when you factor in repair costs, holding costs, commissions, and time, the difference is often smaller than people expect.
So it really comes down to what matters most: time, convenience, or maximizing price.
Exactly. There's no one-size-fits-all answer. We always tell homeowners across central Pennsylvania, whether you're in Reading, Harrisburg, or Lancaster, the best choice depends on your specific situation.
Before we wrap up, let's talk about one more piece, timing, because inheritance situations often involve probate or legal steps.
That's right. In some cases, you may need to go through probate before you can sell. Other times, everything is already set up to move forward. It really depends on how the estate was structured.
So what should someone do if they just inherited a house and aren't sure where to start?
First, get clarity on your situation. Understand whether probate is involved, what condition the house is in, and what your monthly costs look like. Second, explore your options. Talk to a realtor, talk to a cash buyer, and compare. And third, don't feel like you have to rush into a decision.
That's huge, because a lot of people feel pressure during these situations.
Exactly. But the goal is to make a decision that works for you, not just the market.
So let's summarize this for our listeners. If you inherit a house, you have three main options: keep it, rent it, or sell it. Each comes with trade-offs in terms of time, money, and responsibility.
And the right path depends on your goals, your location, and the condition of the property.
If someone listening is going through this right now and just wants to talk it through, what should they do?
You can call us at 717-321-SOLD or visit 717homebuyers.com. We're happy to walk through your situation, explain your options, and help you make a decision that makes sense, whether that involves working with us or not.
And that's what this podcast is all about. Clear information, no pressure.
Exactly. Thanks for listening to the Central PA Property Talk Podcast. We'll see you on the next episode.